According to White House officials and other sources familiar with the discussions, as they designed President Joe Biden's post-midterm legislative agenda, White House officials have been discussing whether improvements to the country's immigration system should be one of his primary policy initiatives.
Visit our Swat&Vee channel with your questions to see how best we can help you out your process. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Now let's get into the video. The talks are happening within a small group of Biden aides, and the president hasn't yet made any decisions, the sources said. The policy details of any immigration push, as well as its scale and scope, would depend on the makeup of Congress. Such a push reflects an acknowledgement among Biden's advisors that as he prepares for a re-election campaign based on the slogan "Promises Kept," immigration remains a 2020 campaign pledge that remains largely unfulfilled. As the director of the Domestic Policy Council in Barack Obama's White House, Cecilia Munoz said, "The difficulty is that Republicans have a lock on making any progress." On his first day in office, Biden handed Congress a comprehensive measure to reform the immigration system. But in the nearly 2 years since, while Democrats controlled the House and the Senate, he has made no political investments to advance it. However, some Biden administration officials now think that making immigration a high-profile priority could be advantageous to the president regardless of the results of the midterm elections. Either he advances the issue of immigration reform on a bipartisan basis or he paints the GOP as nativists bent on restricting immigration to the country. According to a person acquainted with the conversations, immigration is something that people want to undertake. After that, there is reality. In 2 years, he accomplished the majority of what he promised during his campaign, according to this person. Immigration is essentially the only significant issue that is still open. According to a recent NBC News/Telemundo poll, 51% of Latino voters approve of the job that Biden is doing while 45% disapprove. Additionally, the poll shows that Republicans are still reducing Democrats' overall advantage with that constituency. According to the survey, Latino voters favor Republicans over Democrats when it comes to crime, the economy, and border security. However, they also think that Democrats would perform better than Republicans on issues like health care, abortion, and community concerns, as well as immigration in general. The White House discussions also show that some of Biden's aides believe he can turn the tables on Republican attacks, which have used immigration as a weapon against Democrats in the midterm elections. By transferring migrants to Democratic strongholds, the Republican governors of Florida and Texas have kept the border security issue in the news. Governors of Texas and Florida, Greg Abbott and Ron DeSantis, have recently sent migrants to upscale Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, or Vice President Kamala Harris' home in Washington, D.C. The White House criticizes these actions as political stunts that do nothing to address one of the most difficult problems the country is currently facing. As border crossings from Mexico to the U.S. have increased to roughly 8,000 per day, according to data acquired by NBC News, the White House has only provided a minimal response in recent weeks. Until earlier this year, Angela Kelly served as a senior counselor at the Department of Homeland Security. "I think the administration is sometimes unclear how to express an approach to a difficult problem when it is placed against a bumper sticker or a heartless technique," she said. Immigration supporters who want the president to take a tough stance on the matter and feel he hasn't gone far enough have also increased their pressure on the White House. In public appearances, Biden has emphasized what Democrats could do if they gained only 2 seats to their Senate majority, which is currently split 50-50 with Harris serving as the tiebreaker. The White House openly professes optimism about the possibilities that Democrats will win the midterm elections, and strategy meetings are currently taking place in the West Wing to play out alternative scenarios for Biden in light of different outcomes. If Democrats maintain slim majorities in the House and Senate, for example, or possibly increase their Senate majority, Biden advisors see the possibility of making additional headway on his economic program, a campaign to prohibit assault weapons, and legislation codifying abortion and privacy rights. Officials, though, are preparing for the most likely scenario, in which the Republicans take over at least the House if not both chambers. to preparation for a predicted barrage of GOP-led inquiries into the administration's response to COVID to the business transactions and personal activities of the president's son Hunter Biden, they have been fortifying the White House counsel's office and communications team. If Republicans take control of the House, they intend to rigorously investigate Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security in charge of immigration. The Biden administration's border control measures and its management of immigration would be the subject of hearings held by a GOP-controlled House with the ability to subpoena witnesses, according to the officials. Immigration is likely to be included in any policy drive from Biden that goes beyond legislative recommendations. In the absence of congressional action, the White House is already considering executive measures to address some aspects of immigration policy, specifically to try to protect the status of many DACA dreamers, immigrants who were brought to the U.S. when they were children but lack legal status and were given protections under the Obama-era Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. But executive measures on immigration are limited, and they always run afoul of the law. The president's executive decisions have been contested in the courts. Additionally, the judicial outcomes have not been favorable. However, the way Biden is approaching immigration shows how a future presidential bid in 2024 will be more firmly tied to a legislative approach.
I hope you guys found this video extremely helpful. If you know anybody that could benefit from this information, definitely make sure to share this video with them. We are all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can benefit from this video, the more people we want watching this video. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs icon. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!